بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. We start with the aid and support of Allah. Level B1.1. This is the third level in this course series, and we will define the B1.1 course. Firstly, we will go through the goals of this course as usual, and we will define the material and the course agenda. Okay, and we will move into performing our plan. And so, as I said, the concentration of this course is to enhance communication. So this course will be a bit different from what we had in the previous levels. We were concentrating on, we were focusing on studying the book and going through the grammatical structures and focusing on activities like filling the gaps and solving exercises. But in this course, we will be doing that, the same thing we've been doing, along with a new way of discussions, new way of conversations. And so this course will be completely conducted in English. Arabic will be rarely used, only in the most confusing words or expressions that may require us to say them in Arabic, but generally the course will be conducted in English. And at this level, you are expected to understand, if not all, most of my speech and most of my explanations, inshallah. And so let's define the course goals. So the course goals go like to confidently speak about real life topics. So in the previous two courses, we learned how to speak about yourself and how to introduce yourself maybe in a business setting, or introduce yourself more formally and speak about your abilities. So here in this level, we would like to start speaking about real life topics in a correct way and in a more accurate way. And so secondly, to expand vocabulary range. So right now we have vocabulary in mind. We all know some words that we express ourselves with, and we use them usually in our speaking. But here we would like to expand this vocabulary. Why? In order to enhance fluency with accuracy, not only fluency. There's something called accuracy in English. And this accuracy, it means using the correct word in the correct place, okay? And using the correct grammar in the right place. So we want to work together on this thing. And fourth, to argue your point in an instructive way. So you should have a point in the topics that we will discuss. Everyone will have his own point, and all points are respected, all perspectives are welcomed, and all opinions are accepted. So you need to choose an opinion, you need to argue your opinion or your point in an instructive way. So you try to build evidence upon your opinion or your perspective. All right. So fifth, to use foundational grammar in a wider context. So we've been using the present symbol, the past symbol, and we've studied many of them, many of the tenses. So we would like to be using them in a wider context, not only in the specific points that we explained, like use the present symbol with facts and habits, and use the past symbol with the actions that finished. We need to widen the context that we use grammar in, and we will get to know more about this when we go through our lessons and materials. And so the course agenda means the things that we will use and how this course is instructed, how this course is taught, okay? How do we teach this course? So we will have 7 lessons from the cutting edge book, intermediate, okay? This is the methods that we use for teaching this course. It's called cutting edge. We will be using 7 lessons. We'll be taking 7 lessons from the book, and we will have some structured grammar lessons So this will be separate. I will tell you in a while how do we conduct our lectures in general. So we will have grammar foundational lessons, and we will have discussions about a specified topic. So how does this go? As I said, we'll have 7 lessons, okay, and we will have 5 days. This course is 12 days or 12 sessions, okay, 12 sessions, 3 sessions per week. So 7 of these sessions will be lessons from the book. 5 of them will be discussions about a specified topic plus grammar, building grammatical foundation, okay. We will have listening and visual resources, and we'll be using them. We will have teamwork and group discussions. This is very important. We have to discuss together. We have to work together towards our goals. And so the course material. The course material is the cutting edge, as I said. The vocabulary sprint. What's the vocabulary sprint? I will show it to you right now. The discussion questions. We'll have discussion questions inside the vocabulary sprint. And we have some listening and visual resources that will be involved within our study plan. So this is how the plan goes. Like in day 1, we have this, we will study unit 1 from the book Cutting Edge. We will study the present simple and present continuous. This is a revision. We already studied them before, and we have to be aware of them at this level. And writing emails and explain vocabulary, okay? And I will explain the vocabulary of the next topic. So this is how it goes. As I said, we will have a vocabulary sprint. So this is the vocabulary sprint, okay? And in the vocabulary sprint, I want you to enrich your mind, okay? Like to enhance your vocabulary and to use the correct vocabulary for the correct topic, okay? Or the right vocabulary for the right topic. Now we have, for example, this is topic 1, work, career, and daily responsibilities. So in these topics, the topics that revolve around this topic, around this stuff, we have the core vocabulary, which like job, career, position, role, responsibilities, blah, blah, blah. Verbs, we have some verbs that we can use them daily, like work, manage, handle, organize, etc. And we have some phrasal verbs. These are of a high priority. We have to study them, like wake up, show up, call in, take on, okay, deal with, and so on. We have some expressions and chunks, okay. I'm under a lot of pressure, I'm swamped with work, and so on. So each topic of these, we will have certain number of questions, okay. So these are discussion questions. So this is topic 2, money, spending, and financial decisions. There is core vocabulary, there is phrasal verbs, expressions, and chunks. Questions, we will go to the third topic, technology, phones, and daily digital life. We'll have vocabulary and lab. The fourth, health, lifestyle, and daily habit. And finally, the fifth topic, relationships, communication, and social life. So all of these topics should be included in this course. How does it go? As I said, like today, we will have a lesson from the book. And tomorrow, we will have a discussion around the first topic, which is work, career, and daily responsibilities. So today, you will take with you this vocabulary sprint. I will send it to you. You will go and study this vocabulary. It's necessary that you study this vocabulary so that when we come to the our discussion next lecture, we will be asked or we will be just conducting a discussion using these questions. Maybe we will not stick to them. Maybe we may not use them all. Okay, we may not. But just like that, we may not do them all of these questions. We may not do all of these questions. So, but they will be helpful for us to conduct the discussion. So today the lesson, next lecture will be grammar. We will be studying grammar. Like here, this is day 2. We will be studying like what's grammar in general. We'll be drawing the whole picture of grammar in English. And we will study all the tenses we studied and generally review. We will be studying something called the passive voice for the past simple and past, and we will have a comprehension session, and then we will have discussion. So in day 2, we will not have we will not have a lesson from the book. So in day 3, we will have a lesson from the book. On day 4, we will not have a lesson. We will go doing the same exact thing that we are doing in the discussion lecture. Okay, so this is how our course will work. And yeah, I believe this will be very helpful for you, inshallah, to move fast with your speaking and with your comprehension and building vocabulary and grammatical foundation at the same time. So, what I'd like to do next. Yes, so these things will be sent to you, both the lesson plan, okay, each lesson plan will be sent, and the vocabulary sprint. And by the end of this lecture, we should explain some of the vocabulary if there is something that not clear, okay? And you have to take it with you, study it,